RussMatt Baseball, and a great partner, and the amount of economic impact that this event brings to Polk County is just unbelievable. And joining us now is President and CEO of RussMatt Baseball, Rob Sitz. And Rob, welcome back to Sports Central, and you look rested. I don't know that I've seen you look this rested at this point of RussMatt Baseball.
That's probably true. I don't know if I look I don't feel rested. I feel like my body's
well, you're pulling it off anyway.
Yeah. The looks could definitely be deceiving there, but
some exciting stuff. Depending on the schedule and the way the teams come down, it's 8 weeks, it's 9 weeks, but it is a good 2 months of 250 collegiate varsity teams, and then another 150 of the JV or the high school portion of RussMatt. More than $40 million of economic impact to Polk County. One, thank you. Two, why is Polk County home, and why has RussMatt found such unprecedented growth and really settling in as Polk County is home?
Yeah, well, first, the amazing facilities, and one thing that's happened this year that's kind of come full circle as RussMatt first came up for Chain of Lakes when the Indians left, and now we have a brand new Chain of Lakes with 4 gorgeous turf facilities, our fields there. The field number 3 overlooking the lake there with the beautiful view and the cypress trees. But yes, the facilities are amazing. Lake Myrtle continues to do an amazing job. Northeast Regional Park with the 4 turf fields over there, and a lot of the teams are close by in that area and stay out there in those vacation homes, condos, townhomes. So it makes it a little more affordable for those teams to come down for the week-long trip that they usually come down for.
Well, and we talked about the economic impact, and I see that. I'm sure, Neal, everybody does. And I've been to restaurants, Tigers games, everywhere I go. It feels like it's the last month. I've seen teams out experiencing it. What's the feedback you get from teams about just the area and the things to do outside of the game, because they have some downtime. So
they do, yeah. I don't ever get to see them outside of the fields, but but I do hear from a lot of people that the restaurants are crowded. They see teams coming in all the time. Really a lot of feedback of it's busy out there. There's a lot in March going on down here. We have the most incredible weather, out there. So, but yeah, the teams love it down here. The teams love going to certain barbecue places. They go there every single year. So they really enjoy their time.
And we recently were doing an interview together, and RussMatt has become very similar to the Detroit Tigers. It's a locator for people that maybe didn't know where Polk County was, or Lakeland, or Davenport, or Auburndale, or whatever it is. So after all these years, people know our community because of RussMatt. Talk about why coaches come back year after year, because players change, rosters roll over, and all those things, but schools and fan bases, and why, or what kind of engagement have you seen through that process?
Coaches are definitely creatures of habit. They kind of get stuck in. They like where they're staying. They like what fields they're playing at. So they definitely like coming back here. Obviously the weather's amazing during this time. We have so many options for them to play other teams here with the numbers that you talked about. I always tell a team we can get them a good schedule, whether a 10-win team or a 40-win team. We can still get them good matchups while they're here. So that's really part of the big draw. Beyond the housing and the facilities and all of that we've already discussed on. But they definitely enjoy their time coming down here. A lot of them on recruiting visits for these players. They talk about their Florida trip and the amazing houses that they stay at and the facilities and all of that as well.
Well, Neal talked about you looking well rested earlier. We know that's not the case, because it's weird to see you outside of rolling around in a golf cart, putting out fires at Lake Myrtle. But talk about the work that goes into this massive event, 1,100 plus games, 300 plus teams. Obviously your work probably is year round, putting the schedule together. But here on the ground, what's the size of your team that's putting this on and making this all go?
Yeah, we have about 40 employees really on a daily basis working, whether it's the tickets, the merchandise, our site directors, concessions we run at some of the places as well. So it's a large operation that is in a condensed time period there. But I always kind of say it's like Groundhog Day. It's you wake up, it's the same thing. We've got 9 a.m., 9:15, 9:30, 9:45 going on these fields, and 3 or 4 rounds of games.
Check the weather.
Always keeping an eye on the weather. It actually threw me a little curveball last night. We had a little front come through there that wasn't expected, but yeah, always checking the weather, but always getting everybody set up, and when the weather's nice, it really rolls pretty efficiently there. And I always say there's no better place when it's 75 and not a cloud in the sky, and go out there and you can watch just at Lake Myrtle, watch 36 different baseball games going on there, all college games, and throughout Polk County you can see 75 games being played right here in our backyard from teams all over the country. It's a pretty cool event.
We're far too busy, hard at work at our desk. We don't even know there's baseball going on.
We don't look out the window.
Never seen it. Yeah.
That's funny you actually say that, because the other day, just to give you a sense of what's going on for these athletes or these coaches, the other day, of course, we're on the second floor there, overlooking all those baseball fields at our headquarters, and there was a team. They were on their travel day, so there's showers in the event operations facility. They were getting their showers, and then it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. They all laid their towels out, and they all were laying out. These baseball players laying out because it felt like it was the last sun they were going to see for a few more weeks or another month, whatever location they were coming from. But for a lot of them, this is the first time touching grass in 6 months.
For sure, yeah. A lot of them, they're starting their season down here. They still, they may go back and still not be on the field for a couple more weeks with snow on the ground there. So yeah, it is definitely exciting. They want to soak up the rays while they're down here and get that tan looking good for them when they get back.
Well, partnerships have always been in the core of what Visit Central Florida or Visit Central Florida Sports is all about, and the partnership has been rock solid with DS Holdings, RussMatt Baseball. I know you remember, but just a little story. 5 years ago, our relationship really got cemented when the world was shutting down, and all these teams were here for RussMatt Baseball, and Rob quickly moved to my favorites in my call log. I think he was above my wife at that time for us working together to figure it out. So 5 years later, obviously the event continues to grow, but the investment, you alluded to it earlier, but the investment on the Polk County side of things, recently the city of Winter Haven, and of course Auburndale with the investments over the years at the Lake Myrtle Sports Park. I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, but what does that mean? I know what it means to RussMatt Baseball. What does it mean to the coaches that they see this community embraces them but continues to invest in world-class facilities for their benefit? Yes, other groups are using them throughout the rest of the year, but the catalyst and the main economic impact is RussMatt on these fields.
Absolutely. I always talk to Alex Dry every year about, I always want to have something to tell the coaches of what we are improving, what we're doing, and Visit Central Florida Sports has been amazing with that, obviously. We can't roll out 4 brand new turf fields every single year, but maybe we can.
But you have to maintain.
Maybe we can have some more discussion about that. But
oh, look, time to
go. But no, you're exactly right. Maintaining them, keeping it up, keeping them looking nice, and constantly just making little improvements each year. That's coaches are asking for at scoreboards at certain places. Stuff like that we can continue to improve and show them that we're really valuing their business and that they make a big decision to come down here to Central Florida, and we want to continue to make the product better for them every year.
Well, Rob, we certainly appreciate it, and we look forward to continuing the relationship and continuing to do all those things. But again, if you look at our elected officials, they have been very supportive of this venture. More than $200 million of economic impact from sports and special events the last couple of years. The third consecutive year we will hit that number, and that doesn't even include the Detroit Tigers' $60 million worth of economic impact. So you are a huge part of that $200 million, and we appreciate everything you do.
Well, we appreciate all you guys do to make it easy for us. Thank you.
All right, we'll get back to work. You don't look tired enough for me, apparently. So.